Our in-depth coverage of campaign 2016 continues now. Joining us in studio with his always colorful insights, political analyst Joe Fleming. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Patrick.
So were you up late last night counting the straw poll votes, the little pieces of paper that they put in those little styrofoam popcorn jars out there in Iowa?
Well, I kept watching until about midnight because the Democratic pot was so very close.
Yeah, and Clinton's folks say she won.
Yes.
Bernie's folks say it's a tie. What's going on
They're both
here?
going to claim victory here.
Okay.
I mean, Hillary Clinton cannot come out of Iowa losing. So even though she won by 0.4%, she can claim it's a victory. Because going to New Hampshire, she's going to have major problems. The polls have it down by over 20 points with a week to go. And she can't afford to give Bernie Sanders a momentum of winning 2 states in a row. So now at least she can say she had a victory. Bernie Sanders, on the other hand, can say, hey, I was down by 50 points, and I lost by 0.4 points. I'm going to New Hampshire now. We're going to win New Hampshire, and we're going to go on from there.
So politics is almost like baseball. You're only as good as your next day's starting pitcher and momentum and all that.
Correct.
And right now, would you say, on the Democratic side anyway, Bernie has some?
Bernie has some momentum. He's going to New Hampshire. He's expected to win New Hampshire. The question is after New Hampshire, can he win elsewhere? You're going to Nevada and South Carolina for the Democrats, 2 areas that should favor Hillary Clinton. The question is, if he builds a big momentum in New Hampshire, can he carry that to those 2 states?
All right, so Democrats down to 2 now because O'Malley drops out. On the Republican side, there's 47 people running for president, it seems like. But seriously, though, Trump loses last night, and he's been awfully confident about, I'm going to win, and this is going to be great, and all these things. Was last night sort of a reality check for the Trump campaign?
It was. I mean, the Trump campaign felt that there was a big turnout. He was going to benefit. There was a big turnout. He did not benefit. He had huge crowds at his rallies. He ended up finishing with 25% of the vote. It looks like it did not translate. But keep in mind, Ted Cruz had to win yesterday to keep his campaign viable. He did. He had an extremely well get-out-the-vote operation in the state. And that is what helped get him over the top last night. Where Donald Trump came in late with his get-out-the-vote, and I don't think it was as well organized as Ted Cruz. But I think Donald Trump is seeing some reality. The question now is, he is winning in New Hampshire by double digits. The question is, can he hold on to that in the next 7 days? There's 5 other Republicans who are making a push in New Hampshire.
So you think New Hampshire will be a little closer than the preliminary polls are saying they'll be? Because on paper, it looks like Trump should dominate.
Well, on paper, in Iowa, it looked like Trump was going to dominate too in the end. But I think what we might see here is Marco Rubio probably got a bump from Iowa. Ted Cruz has some momentum. But again, New Hampshire is not laid out with evangelicals like Iowa was.
Right.
So it's going to be harder for Ted Cruz. But I think you're going to see Trump come down a little bit. I think you're going to see the others come up. But it's still, at this point, Trump would be the favorite in New Hampshire.
Real quick, 15 seconds. In a couple weeks, on the Republican side, you think it'll be down to about 4 or 5 candidates?
I think by the end of South Carolina, the Republicans are going to start dropping out. I think we'll see a few more drop out after New Hampshire. Money's going to start getting tight for some of these people, and that's the big thing that keeps them in the race is money.
All right. Thank you, Joe. And if you want to see this interview in its entirety, and why wouldn't you, right? Just head to our website, WPRI.com.